Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field, the which, when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. At church, I was taught that the man who discovered the treasure is a true believer, and that the treasure is the free gift of salvation, Yeshua. I was taught the fact that he sold everything was a sign of his great faith, where the lesson for us is to strive to have faith like this man. This explanation sounds nice, but the parable specifies the treasure as the kingdom of heaven, and not salvation or Yeshua. The church likes this explanation, however, because it links great faith with giving money. Let's start with a clean slate and let Scripture help us understand this parable. Consider that in many of Yeshua's other parables that talk about a man on a farm or in a field, the man is a reference to the Son of Man, Yeshua. For example, in the parable of the wheat and tares found in Matthew 13, verses 24 through 30, the man who owns the field and sowed the good seed is referencing Yeshua. In the parable of the laborers in the vineyard found in Matthew 20, verses 1 through 16, the owner of the field who hires the laborers is referencing Yeshua. In the parable of the vineyard found in Matthew 21, verses 33 through 40, the heir whose inheritance was the vineyard is the Son of Man, Yeshua. Following this trend, it is safe to assume that the man who discovered the hidden treasure and bought the field is referring to Yeshua. Then, what is the treasure? What is the hidden treasure that Yeshua finds? Notice what Exodus 19:5 says. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. Yah calls people who want to obey his voice, his word, and keep his covenant a treasure above all people. So, if the kingdom of heaven is to treasure, and treasure is to obedient covenant people, by the transitive property of logic, the kingdom of heaven is made up of obedient covenant people. Therefore, applying these interpretations of the man who bought the field being Yeshua, and the hidden treasure in the field being obedient covenanted people, we can conclude it was Messiah Yeshua who discovered the hidden treasure, i.e., he searches the hearts of all people to discover those that desire to obey his word and keep his covenants. It was Yeshua who sold all that he had, i.e., he gave his life. It was Yeshua who bought the whole field to obtain the hidden treasure, i.e., he paid the price for the sins of the whole world to obtain the few who choose the narrow path of his covenants. Notice, though he bought the whole world, the whole field in this parable, not the whole world is the treasure. Only those that are obedient covenanted people are the treasure, though he did die for all, giving all a chance to be that treasure. Now the lesson of this parable is to become his peculiar treasure, one that desires to obey his word and keep his covenants. Yeshua will get his peculiar treasure. Do you want to be his peculiar treasure?